Hello, this is Majjhima Nikaya number 29, the Mahasaropama Sutta, which is translated as the Greater Discourse on the Simile of the Heartwood. Now it's occurring at a place called Rajagaha, or Vulture Peak, and it's a sutta given by Buddha, and the time is soon after Devadatta has left to set up his own following. So Buddha speaks of a man going forth to homelessness, seeking an answer to the stress of birth, aging, death and so on. And as a homeless person he acquires gain, honour and renown, with which he is pleased, and his intention is fulfilled. He praises himself and disparages others for this achievement, and becomes intoxicated with his success, grows negligent, and subsequently lives in suffering and stress. Now Buddha continues, suppose a man needing heartwood, heartwood being the timber that's best used for construction and so on and so forth. And this man comes upon a great tree, but he passes over the heartwood, the sapwood, the inner and outer bark, and carries off the twigs and leaves, thinking these were the heartwood. Now a man with good sight observing this might say, the twigs and leaves will not serve any purpose. So too, Buddha continues, the person who takes the homeless life, who acquires gain, honour and renown, and becomes intoxicated with it, only to fall into negligence and then dwells in suffering and stress. This is a person who is called a monk who grasps the twigs and leaves of the holy life and falls short. Buddha then repeats this with someone going into the homeless life, acquiring gain, honour and renown, but he's not pleased with this, and his intention is not fulfilled, so he does not become intoxicated with his success, and therefore does not become negligent. Being diligent, he achieves the attainment of virtue, and his intention is fulfilled. And so he praises himself and disparages others thus, I am virtuous, of good character, but other monks are immoral and of evil character. He becomes intoxicated with that attainment of virtue, grows negligent, falls into negligence, and being negligent falls into suffering. Buddha returns to the analogy of a man seeking heartwood, this time finding and taking away the tree's outer bark, thinking it to be heartwood, and again being observed. The observer would say this outer bark will not serve the purpose of heartwood. So Buddha says this monk is called one who has taken the outer bark of the holy life and stopped short with that. It then goes on for another person who takes up the homeless life. He acquires gain, honour and virtue, and not pleased with that intention, his intention is not fulfilled. He attains virtue, is pleased with that, but his intention is not fulfilled. Achieves the attainment of concentration, pleased with that, his intention is fulfilled. And so saying, I am concentrated, my mind is unified, but other monks, they are unconcentrated with their minds going astray. So he becomes intoxicated with his attainment of concentration, gross negligent, becomes grossly negligent, falls into negligence, and being negligent lives in suffering. And the analogy of the heartwood this time is the man needing heartwood carries off its inner bark, and his purpose would not be served. So Buddha says, this monk is called one who has taken the inner bark of the holy life and stopped short at that. The next person who takes up homelessness goes far to achieve knowledge and vision, and his intention is fulfilled. He lives knowing and seeing where other monks live unknowing, unseeing. He grows negligent, and so on and so forth. And this time in the analogy, the monk seeking heartwood passes over heartwood and cuts off the sapwood, thinking it is heartwood. So this monk is called one who has taken the sapwood of the holy life and stopped short with that. And the next person who takes up the homelessness, this time pursues his search and attains perpetual liberation. And it is impossible for that monk to fall away from perpetual deliverance. And with the analogy, the man seeking heartwood, he knew heartwood, the sapwood, the inner bark and the outer bark, the twigs and leaves, and so he takes away the heartwood. Whatever this good man has to make with heartwood, his purpose was served. So concludes Buddha. When a person goes forth out of faith, is diligent, he attains perpetual liberation, and it is impossible for that monk to fall away from perpetual deliverance. So this holy life does not have gain, honour and renown for its benefit, the attainment of virtue for its benefit, or knowledge and vision for its benefit. It is the unshakable deliverance of mind that is the goal of this holy life, its heartwood and its end. And so ends Majjhima Nikaya number 29. Thanks for watching.